Hi, I'm Adam from Booklee. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to correctly synchronize your Booklee Direct booking calendar with your Airbnb calendar, so to avoid double bookings. So let me show you that. So quickly, what does this synchronization mean? So let's imagine our two calendars, right? One is our Booklee Direct booking calendar and the other is our Airbnb calendar, right? Synchronization means that once you get a booking on your Airbnb, Airbnb is going to pass that information to Booklee saying, hey, these dates are booked on our Airbnb calendar, so please close these dates on our Booklee calendar, right? So Booklee is going to close those dates. And the same vice versa, right? So if you get a direct booking on your Booklee calendar, Booklee is going to pass that information to your Airbnb calendar saying, hey, we just got a direct booking, please close these dates for our guests on Airbnb to avoid double bookings. That is what this synchronization means for your calendars. Okay, good. So now let me show you how to do that, right? So here you can see I've created a simple draft page for this demo video. So let me show you how to synchronize the calendars, right? So you want to go here to properties, right? This is where you manage the details of your property. That's where you synchronize your calendars. That's where you turn on your direct bookings. Everything associated with managing the details of your property is under here, right? Under this property tab. So that's where we want to go, synchronize our calendars. So I'm going to click here. So this is my property on my Booklee Direct booking website, right? If you don't have a property created yet, you should create one by clicking here on add property. And the setup is super simple, right? You can either import your already existing OTA listing or start from scratch. Again, the setup is pretty simple there. But once you have the property ready, so simply click on your property, and here on the right hand side, you can see all of these tabs where you can edit the details of your property, right? And here you can see is this availability tab. This is where we can synchronize our calendars. So let me click here and voila. You can see that I've already synchronized my Airbnb calendar here, but I'm gonna delete that and show you essentially from scratch how to do it here correctly, right? So this is the section we wanna operate in, right? Sync calendars. This is what we're gonna use here. So there are two steps for synchronizing your calendars, right? Two steps. This is really important. This is really important, two steps. So the first step is to import your Airbnb iCal address into Booklee, right? The iCal address. We need to first find our Airbnb calendar iCal address and import it here into Booklee, right? So let me show you how to do that. I'm gonna go to my Airbnb account here. So this is my dashboard for my Airbnb, and simply follow what I do, right? Step by step. First, click here on the calendar, right? At the top. So I click calendar and make sure that if you have multiple properties, right? Under single account, make sure that you've selected correct property, right? The one that you want to sync your calendars with your Booklee. So I myself have two properties. So yeah, I'm just going to select one of these, right? And click apply. Good. And now we want to proceed on going here to availability, right? Availability. This is where you want to click. So I click availability. Now I scroll to the very bottom and voila, you can see here, there's this section connect calendars, right? Airbnb says that we can sync all of our hosting calendars so they automatically update. So this is exactly what we want to do, right? So how to get the Airbnb iCal address, right? Here you can see is a button for you saying connect to another website. This is where you want to go, right? So I'm going to click here, connect to another website. And voila, here you can see the first step, right? The first step is, again, for us to find the Airbnb iCal address, copy it and paste it into our Booklee calendar, right? Import the iCal address of our Airbnb listing into Booklee. So here you can see under the first step, this is the Airbnb calendar link, the Airbnb iCal address that we need to import into Booklee, right? So what I do is simply click here, copy, and you can see that it has been copied to my clipboard. Great. Now I go back to Booklee over here and say import calendar. And here you can see it says, please enter the calendar URL, the iCal address of our Airbnb listing, right? So since I've already copied, copied the address, I'm gonna paste it in here, and here you can see, right, this is my Airbnb listing iCal address. Once you've pasted in here the iCal address, simply name the calendar Airbnb here and say import. And voila, you can see that immediately this little button should be flashing green, indicating that our Booklee calendar now has access to our Airbnb calendar, and Booklee calendar sees what dates are open and what dates are closed on our Airbnb calendar, right? So that's the first step. We have imported our Airbnb iCal address into Booklee. Now for the second step, as I said, there are two steps, right? And you need to do these two steps correctly. So we just completed the first step by importing our Airbnb iCal address. Now the second step. The second step is to export your Booklee calendar into your Airbnb, right? So how to do that? Once again, super simple. We click here, export the calendar, and here you can see the Booklee calendar iCal address, right? What you want to do is you want to copy this address over here. So I'm going to click here, this button, right? Or you can simply highlight and copy it. Go back to your Airbnb listing, right? And here under the second step, right? Here's the second step that we need to do, right? Get a link from the other website and add it below, right? That's the second step that we need to do here. As I've already copied the Booklee iCal address from my direct bookings, simply I'm just gonna paste it in here, right? The other website link. Here you can see this is the iCal address from Booklee that I just copied. And I'm gonna type in here Booklee, right? And say add calendar. And voila, that's it. You can see Booklee has been added to my Airbnb calendar. And now if I get a direct booking, Booklee is gonna pass that information to my Airbnb calendar over here and close those dates automatically, right? And vice versa. If we get a booking on Airbnb, Airbnb is gonna pass that information onto Booklee and close those dates on Booklee automatically, so we can avoid double bookings. One last thing about syncing your calendars. The procedure is pretty much the same for other OTAs. It's the same for Booking.com, it's the same for VRBO, it's the same for Expedia, TripAdvisor, all of the other OTAs, right? And you can sync up as many calendars as you want here on your Booklee calendar, right? If you want to sync up more calendars, simply, once again, repeat the same procedure I just showed you, right? First, you would import the calendar from, say, Booking.com, right? You would go to your Booking.com calendar, find the iCal address, paste it in here, name the calendar Booking.com, right? And say import, and then you would export your Booklee Direct booking iCal address and paste it into your Booking.com calendar, right? The same procedure, but for a different platform, and as many calendars as you want to have here, right? So this was it. This is how simple it is to synchronize your calendars, to synchronize your availability across multiple calendars to avoid double bookings for your direct booking channel here at Booklee. Yeah, I hope this video helps, and if you have any issues, feel free to shoot me an email, and yeah, I hope you have a great day and happy hosting. Cheers, bye-bye.